Hello, my name is Sehr, and today I am going to show you a few nice features to visually filter in Trace Compass. So first, we're going to start by opening a trace. As you can see, there's a lot of information going on with this trace. And there's a lot of ways to remove information that you're not going to find necessary. For example, the first thing that you can do is click this button right here to hide any empty rows that may be in your trace because there's no information there that is useful. Another thing that you can do is use the Show View Filters button. So for example, if you know that you only want to look at something that has to do with CPU 0, you can actually remove everything else. We do that by clicking here, and then just selecting all of these. And there we go. We only have one CPU. We can look at this very carefully. Now let's put them back. Okay, another thing that you can do is if you know the kind of event that you want to look at, you can filter out other ones. So for example, if you click on this legend button here, you can see all the different kinds of CPU states and how they're colored. So we have interrupts in pink, system calls in dark blue, etc., etc. If there's a certain kind of CPU state that you want to look at, for example, maybe user mode isn't relevant to you, you can visually filter it without removing it completely just by changing the width of the bar. See, now all these user mode ones have gotten a little bit smaller, then they're not as relevant to me. Or let's say that I really want to look at system calls, but I'm finding this blue color is a little hard to see. You can also change the color to be something a little bit brighter if that's what you need. This is if you're specifically looking for these states as you're filtering. And if you want to ever reset, you can just click these buttons right here. And the last feature that I want to show you that is quite relevant is if you click your / button, this little search bar comes up in the bottom right over here, and you can type whatever you want into it. So let's say I want to look at these compiz exec calls, right? If I type that in, only these calls will still be highlighted. Everything else will be faded into the background, so you can see these really clearly, and this will happen for the entire trace. And if you want to just see those calls, not just have those calls highlighted, you can press enter on your search, and now everything else has been removed. And this is all that you can see. This feature also works in control flow. So for example, if I only want to look at things that use CPU 0, I can type CPU equals 0. And there, everything else is gone. And then we can set it back. The last thing I want to show you is that you can actually put quite complex expressions in the search bar. So let's reset this by clicking the escape button. I press my / again and my search bar comes up. And you can also search things like duration is greater than 0.1 milliseconds. And you can see that all of these things have faded out, and now I'm only looking at the larger states, which I might find more helpful. So these are all different tips for if you know the kind of thing that you're trying to look for within your state, how to make sure you're only getting relevant information to what you're trying to debug. I think that's it. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the team. Thank you.